Hello, I'm Michelle from MishMashMakers, and I'm going to talk about how the fusion of social networking and personal fabrication technologies has enabled a community of Canadian homepreneurs to transform their hobbies into home-based businesses. So to start, let's assume that you're in the market for a personalized water bottle so you know how much water you've been drinking throughout the day. You initially turn to Etsy and the Facebook Marketplace to see what's available in your local area and are surprised at the number of people who personalize water bottles. You then begin to wonder, how are all these local people able to offer this service? Well, many of these homepreneurs have purchased a low-cost personal fabrication machine called a cutting plotter, seen here. With these plotters, they can create a design in the provided software, tell the plotter to cut the design using a calibrated swivel head blade, weed any unwanted material, and then apply the design to a blank product. These low-cost personal fabrication machines are becoming increasingly commonplace in homes because they're mobile, they don't use lasers or make fumes, and they can cut a variety of materials. To better understand this community, an online survey was advertised within Canadian Facebook groups for cutting plotters, and 49 responses were collected. Semi-structured interviews were also conducted with 9 survey respondents to gain deeper insights into their survey answers and probe topics including work-life balance and their business decisions. First, everyone who responded identified as a woman, and many had college or university degrees and were between the ages of 25 and 35 years old. Many also stay at home to look after their kids and run their business, or have a full-time job and run their business after work while caring for their kids. These homepreneurs don't specialize in just one product, but instead personalize a variety of goods such as mugs, water bottles or apparel, or home decor such as wood signs or plates. 2/3 use a Cricut, which is the cheapest brand of cutting plotter available. 94% have been using their cutting plotter for more than 2 years, and 37% even reported using their machines every single day. In terms of business activities, homepreneurs reported spending a lot of time finding ideas, designing and making products, and comparatively little time updating social media or their sales channels. Close to 60% devoted about 10 hours a week to their businesses, yet 45% view their businesses as a hobby. Given the length of time they spend on their businesses, surprisingly 33% did not report that they tracked their profits. 53% reported making a profit of less than $5,000 Canadian a year. When asked why they run their businesses, many viewed their design and fabrication activities as therapeutic and empowering, had their business for empathetic reasons, or because they were motivated by external social gratification. These so-called mompreneurs were also found to acquire their own equipment and materials and choose which services and goods to offer, thus enabling personal autonomy and flexibility. These mompreneurs were thus found to be more akin to gig workers on platforms such as Fiverr than multi-level marketing consultants with companies such as Avon or Tupperware. Cutting plotters were found to naturally encourage deskilling. 51% of homepreneurs use trace functions in their plotter software, as seen in the bottom right, that enable them to import online images and use thresholding sliders to find edges and convert the image into verbatim vectorized paths that can be cut by the plotter. While these and similar graphic features enabled this community to create precise designs without any graphic design skills, they lead to issues because homepreneurs can't troubleshoot their black box software and hardware, and the appropriation of intellectual property is rampant because the software everyone uses supports this practice. Interestingly, this community heavily relies on Facebook to advertise and find clients by posting pictures of their goods to a Facebook business page or through the Facebook Marketplace, take orders and respond to inquiries through Facebook Messenger or tagging in posts, and build trust with clients via reviews. Facebook groups are also a gateway to others who encounter the same challenges that they do. The majority of homepreneurs lurk rather than actively contribute in groups to find assistance, keep tabs on their competitors and their prices, and get ideas for new designs and goods. Facebook has thus become a great scaffold and valuable sandbox within which this community can learn how to run an online business. While Facebook and social media are great sandboxes, I also found that they place added pressures on homepreneurs that are not found with gig workers. Customers perceive homepreneurs to have unlimited time because, unlike services such as Instacart or Skip the Dishes, the fulfillment of their order is not restricted by the operating hours of retail outlets or restaurants. As clients expect on-demand service at all hours of the day, homepreneurs continually feel pressure to respond to clients and fulfill orders, leading to unhealthy work-life balances. Because their plotters are mobile, many use communal areas in their home to answer messages, make designs, and create goods. The fusing of the physical spaces where they work and live intertwines business stress with family time and often results in frustration. Among other findings, this research found a growing community of homepreneurs who balance childcare and full-time jobs with business activities for financial and emotional profits. They use equipment that encourages deskilling, which enabled these plotters to become the first ubiquitous personal fabrication machine. This community was also found to heavily use Facebook as a scaffold to the digital economy. However, the use of Facebook in this way was also found to negatively influence work-life balances and encourage the appropriation of other intellectual property. Thank you very much for watching.